This part in asking for divine blessings is very, very important. A lot of people say, "Oh, I'm not a religious person, so I don't pray." We're not interested in religion. We're interested in spirituality, and spirituality comes from the word spirit, which is, I think, it's Latin for breath or to breathe. And so, one way to look at it is, you are a spiritual being having a physical experience. So essentially, the spiritual self breathed out. Is that right, English? Breathe out into the body so the body can move around. That's why the spiritual self in Sanskrit is called Atma. Well, that doesn't explain it. In Italian, it's called anima, where the word animate comes from. So when the spiritual self, that just imagine this being of pure energy with consciousness breathes out and goes into the body is alive. That's why the life force is called prana or life's breath in India. And you don't have to belong to a certain religion. You just have to put your awareness into that part of you that is non-material. That is the spiritual self or the essence of that spiritual breath. Okay? And so what we always do is before we do our meditation, do our spiritual work, we ask for divine blessing. The purpose of that is to ask for blessings of God, the spiritual beings, the higher teachers, your guides, angels. The labels we put is not that important. The important part is to realize that there's someone more powerful than we are, and just ask for divine guidance, help, and protection. Okay, that's why we always say you can be an atheist and still be spiritual. How's that possible? Well, because by definition, atheist is someone who belongs or believes in a certain religion or a certain God or being. We just say, okay, why don't you just focus on your intangible nature, the spiritual self, and go from there. And of course, if a person is an atheist, okay, I don't believe in a God, whatever, I'm just going to put my attention on inner peace and stillness. And then at some point, here's the funny part, and I've seen this happen many times. A person's supposed to be atheist, right? Oh, I don't believe in any of that stuff. I just want to meditate on inner peace. Well, guess what happens? At some point, when they're meditating and experiencing that inner peace and stillness, then they start to notice, it's interesting. There's a certain consciousness or awareness or knowingness that I'm not alone. Like I'm connected to something or someone. And then they say, okay, but I still don't believe in religion. Fine. So they do more meditation. At some point they go, how come the more I meditate, I feel like I'm being guided. I feel like there's a certain presence that fills me with love and peace. And so at some point, they start to discover that there's this universal consciousness, and people label it as God. But since they kind of shut themselves down and say, oh, there's a God, they have to discover it through experience. And it's funny because many years ago, I'll share this story with you, which is literally blew my mind. We were in India, okay? My teacher, Grandmaster Chokoksui, was having a darshan. A darshan is basically a spiritual discussion, a blessing, meditation in a big old room. And there's over 300 people, okay? But maybe 90% are Indians. So you realize, most Indians grew up very devotional. And so he's sitting up there talking, and people are very receptive. And just out of nowhere, he dropped a bomb. He goes, by the way, I used to be atheist. I'm going, everybody's like, after that you could hear a pin drop. The guru, the teacher, used to be atheist. And then he goes like this, yeah, I used to be atheist because religion was being shoved down my throat. So I had to experience and know God through experience and learning. And you could hear some people go, and some people go, ah. Get the idea? So some of us are against organized religion because we don't like being constricted. Understandable. Some of us is because growing up, religion was being shoved down your throat. And some of us is because we look at someone being a religious figure and they fall. And so because of that, what happened? You threw what's that American saying? You threw the baby out with the bathwater. Because just because that person fell, you think the entire religion is crap. Which is also narrow-minded on your part. Make sense? That's why I remember when I came to pranic healing, my teacher used to say, look, you don't have to belong to any religion, but if you do, that's fine. But we just want you to learn spirituality. And spirituality is realizing your spirit, your spiritual being having a physical experience, and let's see what happens. And so you see a lot of people who are very, yeah, man, I'm against this, I'm against that. After all, they meditate, they go, yeah, well, I guess I did learn something. You know, when I was a Catholic, I used to do all those rituals. I didn't like it. It was like too restrictive. Now I learned pranic healing, I realized, oh, baptism actually has a cleansing effect. Oh, when we do confession, it's actually a cleansing process. When we go into a little box and we emotionally vomit on the priest, that's actually cleansing. And then afterwards, the priests have us repeat like, 20, 30 different prayers. Oh, that's actually after we get cleaned up, we get energized. Oh, that makes sense. And then you learn about holy water is actually water and salt and the priest prayer on top of it. And you realize, oh, that's why when we do healing, we throw it in salt water. Because the water and salt disintegrates dirty energy. Oh, that makes sense. When the priest is going like this and cleaning a place, is actually cleaning because it's filled with energy. Or you have somebody who's Hindu, and they have all these rituals. And I've met some Indians who are like that. They got so fed up with all the rituals, they threw everything out the window. And he goes, I'm an engineer. I don't believe in that fanatical stuff. And once they learn pranic healing, they go, oh, so those rituals, what we're doing, are actually techniques to energize my brain. They're actually techniques that are, increasing the vibration in my body so I can think clear. Then what happens is once they understand the energetic aspect of their religion, then they go back and they go, oh, okay, it wasn't so bad at all. That's why the way my teacher says, if you're a Christian, you're a Muslim, you're Buddhist, you're Hindu, when you come to pranic healing and you learn about energy, you go away being a better Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, or Muslim. Because now you get to understand the essence of what those rituals are. I'll give you an example. In the Muslim tradition, you're supposed to pray how many times a day, right? I've heard many versions. I heard 5, I heard 3. I guess it depends on which tradition you come from. Anyway, that's not the point of this. And a lot of times, you're supposed to pray and you clean and you bow. And then the interesting part is this. Once you come to class, we say, by the way, one of the reasons why a lot of prophets have visions is because your real third eye is not here, it's up here. It's the forehead chakra. But since most people are stuck with the 7 chakras, they don't know about this magical one. But here's the interesting thing. Every time you pray, you touch your forehead to the ground. Well, it's not this one that gets touches the ground. It's this one. Because if the ajna, the one that touches the ground, your nose will be flat. But here's the interesting part. When you keep touching like this, and you're praying, and you go like this, what happens is, with that devotion, as soon as this forehead chakra touches the ground, it's getting stimulated. So that's why at some point, when you go like this, you see visions. That's how you notice saints. You don't see saints having visions. I'm having a vision today. No, they go like this, because as soon as they go, this forehead chakra, the real third eye, opens up, and brilliant light comes down. Now, after that, they go, oh, I experienced this during meditation. I go, well, I thought you're Muslim. Yeah, I know, but they never taught that to me. Exactly the point. They might not have taught you the details of why you're doing it or what's going on, but as you follow the technique that you're doing, it is actually doing something. Go, oh, get the idea? The secret is energy. Once you understand energy, you can string all these religions together and see the similarities rather than the differences. And that's what we try to get through to people. It's like, look, I don't care what religion you are. Just show up, sit your ass down, and let's meditate. Yeah, but I'm this religion. Whatever. Sit down, close your eyes, tongue on your palate. Be quiet. After a while, they go, oh, wow, I experienced bliss. I had tears running down my eyes. I was spinning. I had this. Yeah, exactly. Now, if he sat down and I start telling you, but, your religion says this, that's that. You're stuck at the door. So what we do is like say, whatever your religion has, who cares? What we're interested in is you, as the spiritual being, sit your ass down, meditate, and let's see what happens. So you bypass all that critical thinking. They experience it, then they go, oh, okay, I get it. Now, if they don't get it, but they truly want to evolve, they'll stay. The ones who are fixated on labels, sayonara, we don't want you anyway. And then many years later, they come back and they go, now I understand what message was talking about. I now understand what you're talking about in class. It's actually what we're made of that's more important than the labels. What do you think we've been telling you all this time? Get the idea? So the key is to understand spirituality unites, religion has a tendency to see the division and the differences. Now, this division is also important because it gives you the individual experience. Because a lot of us grew up in certain culture. I grew up in the Philippines, primarily Catholic. And then when I came to the United States, I got converted to Protestant. And then from there, I saw that, oh, my parents were Buddhists, but they're kind of strange type of Buddhists. I'll share a story with you. When we're in the Philippines, Sunday, being Catholic, you're supposed to go to Mass, right? So morning, we go to Mass, receive communion, do all, the whole thing, and pray, and the whole works. Then we go to lunch. We have a good lunch. Chinese people, food is important, so we have a good lunch. And afterwards, we head on to the Buddhist temple. That was our Sunday ritual. And most people get shocked. They go, what? I go, what's wrong with that? In the morning, we go to Mass, so we don't commit sin because you're supposed to go to Mass. And then in the afternoon, we go to the Buddhist temple, do our rituals, and do our offerings. And after that, we go home. And Monday starts workday. And we do it week after week after week. That's not finished. No drama, no anything. And some people who are really there with, oh man, you're doing this and you're there, you're going to fight upstairs. I go, are you out of your mind? What do you mean they're going to fight upstairs? Yeah, Jesus and Buddha are going to fight. There's something wrong with you. Because in the higher worlds, they're one. It is us down here that were making divisions. In fact, there's a joke. Jesus saves, Buddha recycles. They get along very well. One saves people, the other one recycles them. Everybody gets along. No problem. Anyway, don't quote me on that. I just read it somewhere, okay? Don't say, by the way, he's teaching this. Anyway, if you can't handle that joke, you don't have a sense of humor, get out. Okay, let's continue. Now, so what we try to do is when we're doing that meditation, in all our meditations, is to really practice stillness. That's why you notice, sometimes we'll have music. Like if you're a UPW, we have music. Because most people that have not meditated, they need that music to what? To put them in a certain rhythm. And if you have the correct type of music, it activates specific chakras. For example, the favorite one we always use is Somewhere in Time. Somewhere in Time was actually chosen by Master Cho, not because it's romantic and all that stuff, because it emits pink energy. And pink prana activates the heart. So if you're overthinker, you think too much like this, your heart needs activated. When that pink energy floods you, you go, then simultaneously we do, for example, Prayer of St. Francis, which is a transmuting prayer, where there is hatred, let me sow love. Where there's doubt, faith, despair, hope. It transmutes lower energy to higher energy simultaneously filled with love. That's why in less than 10 minutes, most people are like, yeah. And I remember I was talking to Tony Robbins last week. He goes, yeah, you're the only person who could take a whole audience, 10, 15,000 people and make them still in less than 5 minutes. I go, I'd like to take the credit, but that credit goes to my teacher because he taught me the technology. And the secret is using love. So when we're doing that, you activate the heart, maybe with music if needed, but you guys are so advanced you don't need it. But the objective is not just to feel love and be like blissful. The initial objective is to be able to practice stillness. Now you notice, you didn't hear me say the objective is to be still. For most people, if they can be still, that's like hallelujah, that's already a big breakthrough, right? Nah. Stillness is just a stepping stone for higher spiritual activity. But I don't tell people that in UPW because a lot of them, just to be able to be still, quiet their mind is a big deal already. In fact, the number one comment we have, like next week I'll be in UPW again, they're probably going to have 30 to 50,000 people. The number one comment people always say is like, I've never been able to meditate. I tried so many times, but man, you knocked me out. What did you do? How come in 5-10 minutes I was so quiet? Credit goes to my teacher. It's the syntax, the technology of how you do it. So for them, just being still is amazing. But don't stop there. That's why in one of Master Cho's books, which I highly recommend you get, Achieving Oneness with the Higher Soul, he says, stillness is not the end objective. It's not the objective. It's just the stepping stone to higher spiritual activity. The question is, what are higher spiritual activities? Most people keep talking, yeah, I have so much signals coming down, download. I'm so intuitive. I have intuition. Okay, define it to me. What's intuition? Well, I kind of know stuff. That's it. Could you imagine opening up a dictionary? Definition of intuition. Kind of know stuff. No. More. It's a knowingness. And, you get my point? Most people, they like to throw out intuitive this, intuitive that. You ask them what the heck, most people they have no clue what the heck it is. Intuition is very simple. Intuition is what is called direct knowing. Direct knowing means knowing something without having to study or gather data. That's it. So when you look at someone, you go, this person is in pain, I need to help them. Well, you didn't see it in their face, nobody told you, you look at them, you know. That's intuition. Now, if you kind of go, yeah, I kind of get a hint, I get this feeling when I'm talking to him because his voice is like, that's not intuition. That's just good at reading patterns. Intuition is like absolutely blank and you know something. Now, listen carefully. That blank is required for you to get true intuition because true intuition only comes through when there is stillness. So when I talk to someone who's a big emotional wreck and they're telling me they're intuitive, I go, no, whatever you're telling me is coming from the food you ate and all the emotional crap you're going through. That's not intuition. That's why sometimes you could be right, sometimes you cannot be right. True intuition only comes through in stillness. That's why in India they say when the water is turbulent, you cannot see all the way to the bottom. When the aura is turbulent, the signal cannot come through. You cannot see through to your higher self. So what we try to do is when we practice meditation, we calm our emotions, we quiet our mind, and we practice stillness. Now, when you're at that stillness, you don't look for, okay, now it's quiet. Tell me. You just shut up and wait. Now, when you're at that state when everything is very, very still, whatever your guide, your teacher, your higher soul wants to tell you, then it comes in with no distraction. All of this just to tell you, stillness is very important. It's not the end result. It's a means to an end. You go, but yeah, to be still for me, it's a big deal. Great. So all you got to do is take that stillness and stretch it. You go, what do you mean by stretch it? Stretch it when your eyes are closed in meditation, stillness, quiet, nothing. Right? That's good. That's wonderful. But not good enough. Not good enough. I've heard that so many times. Well, guess what? You come listen to us, you're going to hear that a lot. Not good enough. You know why? Just when you think you've achieved, there's always something better. You go, yeah, but I've been taught to be satisfied. Wrong teacher. The way I was taught is, once you reach a certain platform, a certain benchmark, always keep shooting higher. Yeah, but it's too stressful. That's the life of an achiever. And those are the people we want here. We want you to achieve greater spiritual heights. Because if you give up too early, oh yeah, I'm happy, you're satisfied. Guess what? That's all you're going to be. There's always something better. Finances, health, relationships, spirituality, there is always something higher. That's why my motto is, once you reach Everest, you look for the next higher Everest. Go, what? How come you're never satisfied? Because there's always something better. My rule in life is bigger and more. There's always bigger and more. There's always something to achieve. Just when you thought you're so happy, you can be happier. Just when you think you're prosperous, you can be more prosperous. You know why? You are made in the image of God. You are a being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. You don't know your limits. Keep pushing it. That's why. Okay? Anyway, to just finish it off, when we're practicing stillness, that's your meditation. As you do this over and over again, you can take that stillness and also experience it as you're doing stuff in your life. So when you take that stillness and you're working, you're making an email, you're talking to someone, that stillness could be the underlying current as you're putting attention to what you're doing, and that's what you call true mindfulness. That's it. You throw the word mindfulness, everybody goes, oh, yeah, I took a mindfulness class. You ask them to describe. They're going to say, yeah, when I'm chewing my food, I should feel every kernel in every tooth in my mouth. Yeah, that's just paying attention to your food. True mindfulness is your mind, your emotions are very, very calm. There's a level of stillness. It's like the soul, the spiritual self, is watching the entire experience and directing the body, the emotions, and the thoughts to move. That is true mindfulness. That cannot be achieved without proper spiritual practice. Mind blown yet? You go, wow, I didn't realize mind. Yeah, you know how many places I've gone to, like PayPal, Google. You talk about mindfulness, everybody raise their hand. I've done mindfulness, but the second I keep quiet, like I'm talking about whatever, and then if I have a quiet time of maybe 10 seconds that I don't talk, people are like this. That right there told me they've never experienced stillness. So the mindfulness they're talking about is artificial. Because true mindfulness means if something is important to me, whatever is going through my life, on demand, be still, pay complete attention. That's it. All of you can do it. Shall we meditate? Now, tonight, what we're going to do, in the morning we did meditation Twin Hearts. Tonight we'll do the Great Invocation. The Great Invocation is, as a lot of you who've been with us, a powerful prayer to bless Mother Earth, just like meditation Twin Hearts, but it has a stronger punch. Meditation Twin Hearts uses love. The Great Invocation allows loving energy, let's just say mental energy, and will energy to flow through you. And so you can use that to bless your family, your friends, people in need. And with what's going on in the world, I'm sure you watch the news. COVID cases are going through the roof, at least in the U.S. and the rest of the world. Most places are doing better, but I heard some places are bad. Anyway, I'm not here to argue which place is bad or good, because that's a contest you don't want to win. Like, oh, my ours is more. You don't want to win that one, okay? So let's do our meditation, experience oneness, and project all that energy and channel all those blessings to either your country or the entire world or both. Okay, shall we? To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers, personally to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahaguju Meiling, we thank you for divine light, divine love, guidance, help, healing, and protection. Thank you for blessing us with a loving heart, an intelligent mind, and a powerful will, that we may serve humanity and serve the world. We thank you in full faith, so be it. All right, ready? Put your hands like this. Put your attention on your crown. Repeat after me. I am that. I'm not the body. I'm not the emotions. I'm not the thoughts. I'm not even the mind. The body, the emotions, and the mind are just instruments that I use. I am the mover of the body, feeler of the feelings, thinker of the thoughts, but they are not me. I am the soul, the spiritual self. I am that. Just be still. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God, meaning we're all growing and evolving. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. That is the truth, regardless of the capability of my brain to realize that truth. I am that. That am the real I. We are one. We are one. There is only oneness. Now open your hands in blessing. Let us chant Om 3 times to open up the energy portal so the energy flows through. That's why when you chant Om, some of you could feel a vibration. That opens up the energy portal so even more high frequency flows through us. Okay? So say, we are one. We are one. There's only oneness. Let's chant Om. 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 From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth. You can focus on the area you want if you like, your country, your area, your choice. Bless every person in that area with understanding, with divine intelligence, with discernment, with wisdom. So it is. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. Bless the earth, bless your area, your country, your city, with divine love. Bless every person, every being there with the heart to serve. Bless them with sweetness, with kindness, and with compassion. So it is. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters and the spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend toward the entire earth now. So be it. Bless your area, country, your city. If you like, bless the entire earth. Bless every person, every being with goodwill. The willingness to do good, not just talking about it or intending it, but actually taking massive action to be of service to others. Be instruments of goodwill and the will to do good. So be it. So be it. From the center which we call the human race and all the different races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. You can focus on your area if you like. Let light, love, and power restore and manifest the divine plan on earth. So be it. Can you feel a sudden downpour of energy flowing through us? If you're sensitive, you might almost feel like a strong rush of energy flowing through. Just let it flow through us as one. Keep projecting that energy to your family, to your city, your country, and let it spread throughout the entire world. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth now. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. So be it. So be it. From the center which we call the human race, the angelic race, and all the different races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore and manifest the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Just be still. Just allow ourselves to be a gigantic pipeline for these divine blessings to flow through, to flood the earth. Just imagine a gigantic fire hose of love, light, and power pouring through your city, your country, the surrounding areas. Let it flood the entire earth. Let these divine blessings just shower and flood the entire earth now. Keep going, just let it flow through. So it is. Now, for the third time, just be still. This time, the energy will be done for you. The meditation will be done for you. We just call this the special sauce. Okay? Just be receptive. You don't have to do anything. Just allow yourself to be the channel and the blessing for the blessings to flow through. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person and every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth on all levels. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love, mercy, compassion descend throughout the entire earth now. So it is. Let divine mercy and healing flood the entire earth with no exception now. So be it. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being. The purpose which the Holy Masters and the spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend and permeate the entire earth now. So be it. Let people of goodwill fill the entire earth now. So be it. Just be still. Allow the energy to keep flowing through you. Will increase the energy even more. Just be receptive. Just let it flow. Bless your family, your friends, the city you live in, the state, the country. Many places are going through difficult times like floods, rains, like in the Philippines. The United States and different countries where there are surges of COVID. Let the healing light just flood these areas. Places where there's famine, political unrest, flood those areas with divine light, divine love, and divine will. We'll crank up the energy more. Just be receptive. from the center, which we call the human race, and all the different races, both material and non-material, physical and non-physical. Let all these races be blessed now. From the center, which we call the human race, and all these different races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore and manifest the divine plan on earth. Now, so be it. Just flood the entire earth with light, love, and will. So be it. So it is. Let the blessings flow to every person, every being on earth. Now let's seal it. Om. 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 And so it is. Om. Amen. Amin. Tatastu. And so it is. Now put your hands down. Just keep your eyes closed. Keep your tongue in the roof of your mouth. Just be still. Just be receptive. Will increase the energy level. Let go. Gently, very, very slowly, come back to your body. Just gently move your fingers, your toes, and gently, slowly come back. Take your time. When you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. How was your 15 to 18-minute meditation? You want to come back, did you? Many of you experienced stillness. Now, some of you might have noticed, although it's very still and very quiet, you can sense a vibration. That vibration is information coming down your spiritual cord, coming down to your crown from your higher soul and higher. You know, people can talk about, oh, download this, download that. If there's no stillness, forget your download. It comes in, it's all messed up with whatever else is in there. But when you're still, when the energy comes in, then it's pure. You guys okay? You look like probably all spaced out and like you're smoking something, right? All stone? Yeah, man. Anyway, let's give thanks. To the Divine Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, and spiritual helpers. Personally, to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahaguji Mailing, thank you for the blessings. Thank you for the love, the light, guidance, help, and protection. Thank you especially for this opportunity for world service. In full faith, so be it. Okay, so not too bad. 6:40. I thought I'll be going overtime. Now, this meditation, most of the time when people do Great Invocation, they don't really practice the stillness. Most of the time, after you bless, you chant Om 3 times, you recite the Great Invocation 3 times, chant Om, it's done. But you see, the interesting part is this. As you do this properly, when so much energy flowing through us, just like meditation Twin Hearts, it cleanses a lot of the stress and negative energy out of you already, right? So it's the optimum time to meditate and practice stillness. Now, a lot of you go, man, that's a lot of energy. Okay, that's why after the meditation, you get up. I know some of you just want to lay there and fall asleep. Terrible idea. I've told you this 1,000 times. Every time you finish meditation, you have to fight the inertia. Most people just want to chill. Bad idea. Because you have all this spiritual energy. You might not feel it. You just feel very calm, but there's so much energy. Your aura expands at least 30, 40 times. So with all that energy, if you don't do anything, you'll notice the more you meditate, the more useless you become. So the way to get around it is you have all this energy. Bless your family, bless your friends. Although we went through it a little bit, bless your projects like we do during the full moon. Then after that, you get up, do exercises. Doing the exercises allow you to squirt out whatever energy your body cannot handle. And as the negative energy, low vibrations are going out, some of it are stuck at the edge of the aura. It just pushes it out. And then afterwards, as you do more exercises, then after all that lower frequency goes out, the high spiritual energy can now be absorbed by your body and assimilated. So you're actually using the meditation not only to calm your emotions and your mind, you're also using it to energize your body so your body's stronger and healthier. For what purpose? So you have many more years of serving others. That's it. Very simple formula. Okay? I know most people have to meditation. Yeah, I just want to chill. Yep, that's why you notice a lot of people who meditate, yeah, they have stillness, but after meditation, you notice they don't want to do anything. What are you going to do with all that energy? You use that energy to help others. And the way you do it is what? Doing exercises so it actually acts as fuel for you. Fuel for you to be healthier, stronger, so you can be more dynamic and do more stuff. That's it. Simple. Okay? Anyway, namaste everyone. We wish you a wonderful night. If you're on the other side of the world, wonderful start of the day. And we will see you Wednesday morning, evening, Friday, and everything. So I'll be at UPW, but I will make it work.